So I'll bring the further row to basketball co-founder, Nick Sarnicola.
You're like, these people are nuts. Love it. So, for the new people in the room, how many guys found it abundantly awkward watching the DVD of a guy with a guy in the DVD stood behind you watching himself on DVD? Anybody find that weird? There's a reason why we do that. The reason why we do that is we want everyone to just know how simple what we do truly is. And whether I'm here or Ashley's here, doesn't matter what city it is, we'll still go through the process. Because we want everyone to just know that all you need to be able to do is press play on a DVD and blend on a blender, and that you can make this happen. How many of you guys have the ability to press play on a DVD and blend on a blender, right? So, you gotta remember tonight there's tens of thousands of people watching that. There's only one room, that I'm in. It's this one right here, and I'm excited to be here. I'll tell you why. I have a map of the world that's in my closet. And every day when I get ready, there's pins of every place I've been in the world and pins of all the places I want to go in the world. And there's the state of Maine that was lacking a pin. Only 4 states left to go, and one of them's New Hampshire, one of them's Vermont. So if you guys can go get that city going, we can go get some traction out there. I'll be heading to Vermont, I'll be headed to New Hampshire, because that state needs a pin or it's going to drive me crazy. So quick backstory, I'm originally from Grand Rapids, Michigan. I have a very blue-collar, middle-class upbringing. All 4 of my grandparents, they worked at the same factory. It had a trickle-down effect. I didn't know what I wanted to be when I quote-unquote grew up, but I knew what I didn't want to be, and that was working at the same factory. So I decided at an early age I wanted to be quote-unquote rich one day. I think when you're a kid, you use that word. How many guys when you're 8, 9, 10 used to daydream about maybe being rich one day, right? The rest of you guys when you're kids, you daydream about being poor one day? That's for sure. So we all want it to be, but there's just, there's no way to learn how to do it. There's not a training program for it. You can't attend Wealth 101, so you watch TV and you go, okay, well, I can be an actor, I can be a musician, I can be a rapper, I can do something illegal, or I can be an athlete. Those are pretty much your 5 choices. And I can't act, can't play an instrument, can't rhyme, not a good liar, so illegal's out, and that left sports. So I went out and played college baseball, and when I was playing sports, I was introduced to the #1 way that financial success and time freedom is created for people, and it's called entrepreneurship. And it's a shame they don't teach it in school. There wasn't one book on the topic, there wasn't one class on the topic. No teacher even said the word one time. But it makes sense because teachers aren't usually entrepreneurs, so they can't teach something that they're not doing. You can't teach someone to be financially free. When you're making $50,000, $60,000 a year, you can't teach someone to make $50,000, $60,000 a month. So I got it, I understood why, and but I fell in love with entrepreneurship. And I started in this particular industry of direct selling when I was 18, and I didn't have any success at it. So it wasn't like this superstar that joined and qualified for their BMW in 30 days or 90 days or 6 months. For the first couple of years, I didn't make any money. But by the time I got to about 22, 23, I was, at that point, I become very successful at it. By the time I was 23, I was making about $30,000 a month. I moved from, anytime you can make more in thousands per month than you are old, that's a really good month, right? Especially when you get to be Matt Poulat's age, that's a really, really good month. Awesome money. At that point in my life, I had moved from Grand Rapids, Michigan to Orange County, California, because as your resources grow, so will your allergies. And I became extremely allergic to snow. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Right? I'm out of here. Every morning, Monday through Friday, specifically Monday through Friday, I would walk down to the water, 8:30 in the morning, I'd touch my toes in the water and say, today I beat the system Monday. Today I beat the system Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You could look to the left, look to the right, see for miles, there was nobody. There was, where was everybody at 8:30 in the morning, Monday through Friday? Work, right? There was just me and a couple of homeless guys. We were high-fiving the whole time. Awesome. And everyone at that point in my life who did not know me, they automatically assumed I was one of 2 things. Right? All right, he doesn't seem to work. He's at the beach every day. He makes a lot of money. Drives a nice car. He's really young. He's either a rich kid, because there's a lot of rich kids in Orange County, California. And if he's not a rich kid, then he has to be a supermodel, exactly. Okay, you guys are right. They thought I was a drug dealer. But at that point in my life, you know, it used to bother me, like I used to get upset about it. Then I realized that they didn't have a problem with me, they had a problem with what they were taught. Because what they were taught ever since they were this tall is that type of success at that age is just not what? Starts with B. Possible. Nobody got that one? It's just not possible. Oh, it's not possible. Must have been given to them. Not possible. Must have done it legally. Not possible. And I realized that, wow, in their world, in what they're doing, they're right. Because in what they're doing, the type of success I was having is impossible. But I wasn't doing what they were doing. I was doing something completely different. It'd be like this. If you took this banner, right here, and you had one person on this side of the banner, and then you had one person on this side of the banner. One person on this side, one person on this side. The person who's standing on this side of the banner right here, they're looking at this side. What do they see? Prosperity. They see prosperity. Person on this side of the banner, it's the exact same banner. What do they see? Nothing. No shot. Nothing. No prosperity. Not a chance. Not possible. I was on the side of business that allowed for this. That's it. I was just on this side. The problem is 97% of all people are on this side, so they don't see it. Because you can never have time and financial freedom, both. You can never have both if you work for someone else or if you're self-employed. Because you're always trading time for money if you are self-employed or you work for somebody else. So you can never have both time and money. How many of you guys know some people that make a lot of money, but they're always working to make that money so you never see them, right? So, a lot of money, no time. Right? I feel the same way about that. So, a lot of money, no time. Now, how many of you guys know those folks that have a lot of time on their hands and make no money because they're never working, right? So, those are a whole different group, right? And then there's a third group of people. The third group of people is the no time, no money group. And this group is growing, right? I don't have any time. I don't have any money. Well, you should at least get one of these things right? How many of you guys know the folks that have no time and no money? Right? But what's interesting about this group is they're usually the most skeptical. And I'm looking at them going, you're 0 for 2. Like, you can't be skeptical. You got to be skeptical about what you're doing because neither of it's working, right? It's just like, I would make a change if you haven't got either of it. If you're broke, then at least be living on your mother's couch or something. Like, have free time, you know? So, it's my theory. So entrepreneurship is the only possibility to have both. And that's the key word. It's not a guarantee. Entrepreneurship is not a guarantee. It's simply a possibility. That's it. And for some of you guys, though, that's all you need. You just need a shot. Some of you guys, like, you lose sleep at night about it. You know, you fade off when you're driving, just thinking about a possibility. You're daydreaming at work, looking, searching, hoping for a possibility, right? And if you're looking for a possibility, I can tell you guys that, for someone who wants to be an entrepreneur, we are the undisputed champion of possibilities for the average person out there who wants to be successful. So that's a pretty cool thing. So you're here tonight and you are that possibility person, you're in the right place. Now, I also realize that there's a lot of you guys here that have no desire to become an entrepreneur. And I want you to know it's completely okay. I don't want anyone here to make you feel like you have to want to promote the challenge. You don't. We'll be perfectly happy if everyone who's here tonight for the first time just wants to get on the challenge and doesn't have a desire to promote it. That's fine by me. What's not okay is not doing something, having a goal for your body and trying to do something better for your body, whether it's gaining muscle mass or losing weight or losing inches. Everyone should at least have a goal and go after the challenge. The challenge is simple. It's so simple when you think about it. And, it's just like, okay, all I got to do is, set a goal, select a kit, enter to win. And we'll talk about that, in just a second. But, when I look at what our company's done, as being the most successful company out there for the startup person to be a great entrepreneur, it's because of what our passion is. Our passion is to be the #1 company in the history of the planet to fight the obesity epidemic. We don't want to just sell stuff to people to make money. We don't want to just sell weight loss stuff to people to lose weight. We have a purpose, we have a cause, which is we want to see numbers go down. We want to see data go down, and we want to be the face of obesity. No company has stepped up and said, we will be the face of obesity, we'll take that problem on. It's the #1 fastest growing epidemic in the world today. A couple months ago, the American Medical Association classified obesity as a disease. And though I will agree with them that there are addictions to alcohol, drugs, and for some people food, such as sugar, obesity didn't exist 100 years ago. There was no such thing as obesity. So it's not that obesity is a disease and that's what changed, is people changed. People didn't change. Choices changed. Lifestyle changed. 100 years ago, what did 8 out of every 10 Americans do for a living 130 years ago? They all farmed. Did you know at the end of a workday, one farmer did not call another farmer and say, bro, is it buys and tries day to day or back day to day? Did you know no farmer had a gym membership? None of them did. You know what they did all day long? They worked out. All day long, every day. They didn't need to get their cardio in. They swung an axe, they pounded hammers, they carried big, heavy things, right? Chased animals. They were in shape because they were always exercising, so they didn't need to exercise. And then they lived off the land. And even when you eat poorly, when you live off the land, you're going to be in a heck of a lot better, condition than you are here today in today's lifestyle. So then what happened? Corporate America popped out. Everybody moved into sedentary lifestyle careers. No activity, no movement, sit in one place, stand in one place, sit in the car and drive it. Just nobody, the only exercise is walking from here to the cooler or from here to the Xerox machine, right? That's the people's quote-unquote exercise. So they never go and exercise because they're either too blank or they're too blank. Fill in the blanks. I'm too blank to exercise. Tired. Or I'm too blank to exercise. Busy. Too busy, too tired. Too busy, too tired. So lifestyle has changed. Obesity, not an addiction. Lifestyle choices have changed. Excuse me, obesity, not a disease. Lifestyle's changed. And then the food has changed. The food has changed. But like I said, there are people with certain addictions to these foods. But 100 years ago, these foods did not exist. 1950. What happened? Something popped up. 1940, something popped up. Fast food. Fast food popped up and hasn't slowed down since. Last year, McDonald's Corporation did about 40 billion in sales. And growing. Right? Actually, last year was the first year that they didn't grow. I'd like to think we had something to do about that, too. So, you think about what's changed for people. Very rarely do you find people with gardens and growing their own food and things like that. And I'm hoping that we can, shift back in that direction. But guys, you got to understand where the problem came from in order to address the problem. Now, here's people's lifestyle. Both mom and dad out of the house working. They're always gone. So the #1 goal in the morning for parents is to get their kids to school on time. That's the #1 goal. So you're running around, you're combing your hair, combing their hair, brushing your teeth, brushing their teeth, packing bags, packing your suitcase, or briefcase, I mean. You're running. You grab a couple Pop-Tarts, you fire them at the kids' Crispy style, bam, hit them in the head. You grab them, throw them in the back of the minivan, you drive to school as fast as you can, you slow down to 5, bounce them on the curb, and you keep going, right? You pull them to wherever you work, and across the street to Dunkin' Donuts or a Starbucks or something. You run across the Starbucks, you grab a triple latte frappuccino thing with cream on top, and you look down at the glass case, because anytime there's a glass case, there's definitely going to be a healthy breakfast in there. Bear claw, no. Cheese Danish, no. Let me go with the chocolate chip muffin. Anybody know another word for chocolate chip muffin? Cake. Yeah, you just had chocolate chip muffin. Meanwhile, you tell your kids they can never have cake for breakfast. There you are eating cake for breakfast. You go up into your office or whatever, and you're working hard, and you get to lunch, and you got an hour to eat lunch, but it's never an hour because you got one more call, one more email, one more meeting. 45 minutes, come down the elevator, look outside, pizza by the slice. You go down there, give me 2 pieces of pizza, and a couple breadsticks, and a Diet Coke. Listen, if you're gonna do pizza and breadsticks, just go all in on that meal and ready to go. Push all your chips in. You know, so then you go back upstairs, you pound that stuff at your desk, and 2 hours later you're starving again, so you go to the all organic, all whole food vending machine, pump a couple quarters in, you grab a Cheetos and a Nutter Butter back to your desk. 5 o'clock comes, you're excited because now you can relax, right? Wrong. You're gonna rush home as fast as you can, you get the kids out of the clothes they were wearing, get them into a uniform, get their shoes off, get their cleats on, get their book bag off, get their sports bag on, throw them back in the minivan, right? You're now driving 90 down the residential 2 wheels, you hop the curb into fast food, you go for the drive-thru, 2 bags of drive-thru, you throw them over your shoulder, hit the kids in the head again. This is how you look. You're driving down the road with your knee, you got a Diet Coke in this hand and French fry arm over the back seat like this. Raise your hand if I'm telling you this right now, right? You can't make that stuff up, right? So that's what I saw every day of my life. Every day of my life as a kid growing up, that's what I saw. So guys, I know that our choices have changed. People are making different choices. Our options have changed. And if you want to know what we want to be to the world, like I said, we want to be the #1 company to fight the obesity epidemic by being the largest provider of healthy fast food. We want you to open your cupboard in the morning instead of a Pop-Tart. We want you to grab a shake. We want you to grab a bowl of Crunch. Or we want you to grab other options that we're going to provide in the future. And we want to begin shifting people's lifestyle. But we're going to do it in a fun, mainstream, great community manner, which is the 90-day challenge. And the challenge again, set a what? Goal. Select a, enter to, win. Now, raise your hand if you have something in your body you can work on for 90 days. If you didn't raise your hand, it's your ego we can work on for 90 days. Number 2, you just got to match a kit. Match a kit to your goal. This is so critical. I mean, people all the time are like, I want to lose 40 pounds, I want to lose it fast, so I'm going to get a balance kit. That doesn't make sense. I mean, yeah, 1 shake a day is going to be better for you than your Pop-Tart or your Rice Krispies or, your Count Chocula. It's going to be better for you. Or you're nothing at all, you're not eating anything at all. It's going to be better for you, but that's not going to get 40 pounds off you in the way that you want to get it off you. You need a transformation kit. You know what the balance kit should be called? The I'm going to buy this so you'll leave me alone kit. That's what that kit should be. If you're trying to lose weight, I don't care if it's 10 pounds or 100 pounds, you want to lose it fast, get a transformation kit. No, it's expensive. Is it? What does fast food cost for a drive-thru? Fast food. Extra value meal. Extra value meal.
$7.
$7, low end, 5. So we'll call it 5 to 7 fair. Transformation kit is $4 a meal, 2 meals a day. So same people that got themselves into the situation they're in, that say they can't afford a transformation kit, are like, you're the same person that just drove through Burger King, McDonald's, KFC, Arby's, you're spending $6.50 a pop. So you can't tell me that. And the reason why it works so well is because you're getting 2 shakes a day, but you're getting a fat burner. You're getting a hunger control. You're getting essential oils to bind the fat to burn it faster. You're getting an herb-based energy drink, so you drink that instead of, the Coke or whatever. So get the kit that's really going to get you results. And here's one of the things I realized. You spent a heck of a lot of money to get yourself where you're at. Spend some money to reverse that. One other thing that should be, we should have been 4 steps. It should have been after select a kit, there should have been another step. You actually have to take it, just so you know. This doesn't work through osmosis. You can't put the shake underneath your pillowcase at night and hope to lose weight. I meet people all the time like, my bag has 6 extra shakes in it. Yeah, no, of course yours did. It's for the 6 days that you skipped, right? Because if you take it, it runs out. And if you don't take it, it doesn't run out. It's a pretty simple formula. And lastly, and by the way, there's a 90-day money-back results guarantee. Get the best kit. If you don't like it, send it all back. Lastly, enter to win. Enter to win what? Enter weekly with Project 10, or enter at the end of your 90 days for the monthly or the grand prize. But enter. Shoot your video tonight for Project 10. Don't wait on it. It's great to get the I Lost a t-shirt. It's great to earn something that you can't buy. I refused to wear the I Built a t-shirt until I earned it. And I could have gone to the closet in the office and pulled out 20 of them. I was like, I'm not wearing that until I add the 10 pounds of muscle mass like we're asking everyone else to do. So earn a t-shirt. It's fun. get a shot at winning the $1,000. I saw one Project 10 winner here. How many Project 10 winners are in the room right now? Excuse me. How many of you guys have won the $1,000? Just you? There's a $1,000. We'll sponsor a child who suffers with childhood obesity in your honor if you'll go out there and document, what's the key word there? Document the loss of 10 pounds. So literally, as we're lowering obesity rates in adults, we're simultaneously doing it with children. The more adults who participate, the more children who win. Raise your hand if you now have either I built it or lost it, got the t-shirt, now help a child do the exact same thing. Congratulations to all of you guys who did that. So there's a lot of people in the room who've gone out there and they lost the weight and seen great things happen, but they didn't document it. Document it. It's not about you. It's about other people you're going to inspire with your story, and it's about childhood obesity and our reciprocity model. Just document it. Shoot it tonight. Shoot it tonight. Do you have a scale here?
Yeah.
Shoot it tonight. Get on the scale tonight and shoot the video tonight. Okay. So that's the enter to win card. Kind of closing this down towards the other direction. Again, as a customer, perfectly okay with you not wanting to promote the challenge. It's not something you have to do. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. And even if it's just on your spare time, it takes effort to make money. It takes effort to get results. These people that are standing up here, they had to do something. If you're afraid to do something, just be a customer and get on the challenge. For those of you guys though who are like, hey, I want to promote this thing. I can tell you guys that when you look at what we've done, by focusing our energies on that problem, think about being an entrepreneur. And I don't care if it's $300 a month you're making, $3,000 or $30,000 a month. Where you're an entrepreneur that every time you get a check from us, it's because somebody's getting a transformation. Every time your check goes up, it's because of more transformations that you're creating. What better business to be in than fighting the #1 problem in the world and seeing your family tree's financial situation change because of the action that you take. There's a lot of things we can do to go make money out there. But what if we focused all of the hardest working people, or the smartest people, or the best entrepreneurs, or the most passionate people, or people with the biggest desire? You don't have to be all these people, but just one of them. What if we took those people and focused them on the obesity problem? What would happen if we did that? And gang, I can tell you that's exactly what we did. And we did it in a way that's it's more like opening a gym. The challenge is than it is selling a product, right? I mean, imagine you as an entrepreneur opening a gym right now. The goal of your gym would be to create physical transformations. Your job would be to sell memberships to people to go to your gym to create physical transformations. If you want to know what we do, it's simple. It's the same as opening a gym. Your goal is transformations. And your job is to go put people on the challenge. Sell a challenge. Sell a membership to the 90-day challenge. And let that transformation happen and let yourself be successful as an entrepreneur. And if you want to grow that, open up more gyms. Pay it forward to someone else that wants to open a gym. And as they start getting 90-day memberships to the challenge, and they start getting more transformations, your income goes up. That is the model of what we do. And if you can get excited about that, this can be a really fun business. A couple upcoming things for those of you guys that want to promote the challenge. Number one is I am going to do a getting started training here in just a few minutes. So if you're brand new, don't go home because I need 20 minutes of your time to show you how to make your first $500 to $1,000 back in a week to 14 days. If you are not a Rising Star Director yet, you might want to stick around, you missed something. Number three, if you are a Rising Star Director, you might want to stick around so I can teach you how to get the getting started training. Pretty much anyone who's not a customer should stick around. For those of you guys who are going to promote this or are currently promoters, if you were to say, Nick, what's the #1 piece of advice that I can give you right now? It's simple. I want you to go to our National Success Training. Here's the hard part, in Atlanta, Georgia. It's going to be on November 15th. and it's going to be 2.5 days, 10,000 plus people. It's going to be all of our workshops, so if you want a product education workshop, go. Women's leadership, a couples workshop, you want to go to a technology workshop, you want to go to anyone in the room under 25? We do an Arrive by 25 workshop by all of our six-figure a year earning 25-year-olds or younger that are teaching you how they make 6 figures a year in their early 20s. Anyone over 70 in the room? We do an old person's workshop too. I'm just kidding. Kidding. So I had somebody ask me that at the last event I was at, so as a joke, so I thought I'd throw it up there. Now in the main stage, all of our rollouts, all of our launches are going to happen. We're going to be rolling out an entirely new training model, an entirely new training system. It's more social, it's more viral, and it's more mainstream than even the one we currently have today. So if you thought today was a pretty mainstream company, wait till you see this 30 days from now. I can also tell you that all of our co-founders, management team, top money earners, all of our ambassadors, all of our medical advisory board, they're all going to be there. Well, Nick, can't you bring them all to my house? No, I'm sorry, I can't get all 10,000 of them to come to your house. But I can get them to one place. And if I get them to one place, you can get to them. And you know, here's what I tell people. It's gonna cost you money to get there. I mean, what's a flight right now from here to there?
285.
That's it? Wow. So 285, 385, 485, let's call it 500. You spend $500 all in. Food, hotels, fun. Oh, by the way, we have a 10,000 person costume party going on the Saturday night of that event. For those of you guys that, do they like to have fun in Maine? 10,000 person costume party going on. Anyone want to attend that? Well, we've got the resident DJ of the NBA, DJ Irie. He's a Miami Heat DJ. Who will be there performing. It's going to be a fantastic time. So you can throw that in there. That people would spend $500 just to go to the parties we throw. I mean, that's how good they are. So knowing that this is a $500 thing, if you think of the airline, and probably less if you can room up with people, you probably drive it down to like 350, 375, something like that. You have to ask yourself this. Can I get a multiple? Can I get a return on that $400? And I can tell you, the people that come to those events, that see everything, hear everything, meet everyone, know everything, they don't just make their $400 back, but they make an extra $400 a month because of it. So maybe they don't get rich, but they made an extra $5,000 that year because they went. Maybe they make $400 a week because they went. Or maybe they wouldn't make $400 a day. $400 a day is not as much as you think it is. Maybe they make $400 an hour. And there are a couple of people in this company that make $400 an hour, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But if it just made you an extra $500 extra bucks a month, would it be worth the money then to get there to make an extra beyond what you already make with our company? You got one idea, one thought, one story, one inspiration to make an extra $500 a month with us. Would it be worth it? Yes or no?
Yes.
No doubt about it. So we do it. And I know it's difficult, guys. And you're like, well, you don't know, you're rich. Well, I wasn't when I started. The reason I got rich is because I showed up, and I showed up, and I showed up. And when I was showing up, I was 18, 19 years old. Broke as you could get, working 1 day a week, 18 credits, college baseball. Driving from Grand Rapids, Michigan to Atlanta, Georgia. 17 hours each way. 5 people in my 2-door escort. That was my first event. No air conditioning in August, and all of this is true. 9 of us in one room because we couldn't afford to, have 2 of us in a room or whatever. So sleep in the bathtub one night when you're sober and tell me how that goes, right? That's what I was doing. That's how you get successful, right? That's how you make $500 an hour. Is do that straight for 16 years, because that's what I did. But let's start with just an extra $500 a month. If I wouldn't tell you guys to get there if it wasn't that important. I don't own an airline. I don't get paid off the airline ticket or the hotel rooms or whatever. I just know what will happen if you get there. By the way, please raise your hand if you are already planning on attending this event. Fantastic. The rest of you guys, you need to get together with this group. Those of you guys with your hands up, will you help these guys get there? Will you share rooms? Will you carpool? Will you food pool? Or share food, share shakes, share cookies, share... I mean, at this point, you could live a good 3 days just off our products. I've tried it. I've gone cereal, shake, cookies, cereal, shake, cereal, cookies. I've done it. I know you can live just off our products for a couple days if you had to. So, gang, that's my best advice for you. And if you're like, do you have anything beyond that? I'm already going. Don't stop with you. You know what the only thing better than you going is? Somebody to your left, somebody to your right. That's how you take it from an extra $500 a month to $700, $800 a month extra. Have a row full of people if you can. 5, 6, 7 people. That's what they told me. They're like, don't come alone. I was like, I can't because I can't afford the gas money to drive there by myself, so put me forward in the car. I drove down there 2 carloads of items. Right? And my success has never stopped since. That was the first stepping stone. So with that, right now I said on the DVD, I say it again, right now you're one of 3 types of people. First and second type of person have been looking at me for the last 20 minutes going, dude, I just wanted a free shake tonight. Thought they were taking me to Dairy Queen, and here you are. If you're the first or second type of person, what I want you to do is grab the order form that has the kits on the top. I want you to select a kit that matches your what? Goal. Select a kit that matches your goal, fill out the bottom, or don't fill out the bottom, just hand the person you're working with your credit card, they'll punch your order in on their phone, they'll swipe your credit card, you're off and running. Third type of person says, I want to promote the challenge. You're going to want to fill out the other one, fill out the top part, usernames, blah, 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 hand them your credit card, they'll punch it in on their phone, swipe, you're off and running. Third type of people stick around, we'll take a 5-minute break, and then we'll go through getting started training with all the promoters or soon-to-be promoters in the room. Let me close out with a quick story. There's a guy who goes to work every day the same way. He walks, and every day he walks home the same way. And he does this month in and month out, day in and day out, and there's this one house that he walks by every single day. And this one house has this dog. It sits in the same place, and it never moves, but it's always howling, moaning, and whining. But it never moves. Finally, this guy stops, and he goes to the door, he knocks on the door, the owner comes out, and he says, sir, your dog, is it in pain? It never moves. What's the story here? The guy says, yes, the dog is in pain. The dog's sitting on a nail. The guy says, well, why does the dog not get up off the nail? Owner of the dog says, because the nail is not deep enough. My question to you tonight, is this going to be the night where you stop moaning, you stop whining, you stop complaining, and you get up off the nail? Because if it is, let the person know that you're getting on the challenge or you're ready to promote it, and I'll see all you guys in Atlanta. Let's get up off the nail. Thanks, guys.